This is Jordan House, and you're listening to Be the Difference. Subscribe wherever you get your podcast.
Hey, Mike.
Wait, did I put you in a bad mood just by going over that?
No, not at all. I'm just serious, not in a bad mood.
Okay. All right, so we've just been, I imagine the music is fading out at this point, and we've just been thrown to by Jordan House. Yes, Jordan House. Where's he from?
He's from the USA.
And from? Atlanta.
I don't know why I wanted to say Pennsylvania. Where has that come from? I don't think you've ever mentioned Pennsylvania to me, so.
I have not.
No.
Well, we will hear from Jordan again later in the show. We'll throw back to him in a bit. But first, we're going to talk about just the term, what's happened, what's going to happen, little things, I guess.
Yep.
So do you have things that you want to share with me, or do you want me to get right into some things that I want to share with you and the rest of our listening audience?
Well, I can get started and say that it's been a really good term one. It's been very busy. There's been a huge amount of sport, new students, new preppies, new year sevens. We've had open days, which was a massive success, even though we had to postpone it from the one Friday due to the tropical cyclone to the next Friday.
Tropical Cyclone Alfred.
Alfred, yes.
Do you know who came up with naming storms? Which I know this is not part of the Curious Minds segment, but just out of curiosity, he was Australian. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I probably, it sounded like I was going to tell you who it was.
I know.
Yes.
But I do know that it goes in alphabetical order. So like if you get a tropical cyclone Thomas, we've had quite a few.
Yeah.
All that.
And gender changes also.
Yes.
Okay. So like if you had Alfred, then you might get
Betty.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say Betty. Okay.
Doesn't sound like a cyclone though, does it?
No.
Cyclone Betty.
Could you imagine? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, Betty did so much damage. Now we've offended everybody in our listening audience whose name is Betty.
No, well, I just think that Betty, I don't actually think that Alfred sounds like a cyclone either.
He sounds like somebody that would come and help you do things around the house.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, but we also I do have some like a little feature or something that we're going to talk about the cyclone later.
Yes. So we had a successful open day.
Yes.
Which
was rescheduled
week,
because of the cyclone. Mm-hmm.
We've got cross country coming up. We have had this weekend. We actually have the Getting to Know You concert by Performance Music on Saturday night.
Oh wow!
So that will be really good. Annual event that is always very well looked after and attended, and the kids love it.
Yeah, that's right. There's always a lot of things happening.
Yes.
At a community like ours, like Redlands College.
Yeah. We've had a couple of camps as well.
Yep.
Year 7, Year 6s came back now.
Today, like an hour ago.
Yeah.
When we're recording this.
Yes.
The other thing, too, is we have 2 new heads of school.
We do. Do you know who they are?
I do.
We have a new head of junior school who is?
Miss Smith. I was in my mind. I do know the name. It looks like I know if you could see me, it looks like I'm struggling for the name. I was trying to think if I was going to say, oh, it's Miss Betty, going back to the cyclone that never was.
And then we've got a new head of secondary school.
Do you know who it is?
Yes, I do.
It is?
It is Ms.
Oh, well, I know.
Jess.
Oh, Grounds. Oh, yeah, I didn't know.
Yes.
Okay. We both know. I don't know why we give each other so much grief. We're just...
Well, we're testing each other always, see if we can trip each other up.
Yes.
Which happens with Curious Minds.
Oh, are we doing that now already?
Well, have you got anything else you'd like to talk about?
Well, I do want to say, depending on when people listen to this, Easter this year is April 20th. I know a lot of people, go camping. A lot of people are plugged into their local churches for special Easter mornings. I know some churches even have the dawn service for an Easter morning. That said, we've got another guest coming into town, a friend of the college, Jeff Wallen. We'll have some links in the show notes about the things that we've talked about, and also him. He's a TEDx speaker. He's one of the leaders at Pepperdine University, a sister school in Los Angeles, California. Well, actually, it's in Malibu, just outside Los Angeles. So he's a fantastic, amazing presenter, and he's going to present at 5 p.m. We're going to have a special Easter communion and reflection service. So after the day, as the day starts to wind down, if you're in town, if you heard this in time, come along, join us at 5 p.m. in the College Heart.
Mike, I'd really like to encourage everybody that's here to come along. I've heard Jeff speak before. He's a brilliant man, and I think it will be a really good way to end off your Easter Sunday.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's a beautiful day here on the Pepperdine campus in Malibu, but I'm looking forward to coming to be with you. I'm Jeff Walling, and I can't wait to share with you a message from God's Word that I believe will bring you hope and encouragement.
One other note of import, I guess, or something worth recognizing is we also have a new chaplain in residence. You're aware that we have a special visa program with the Department of
Home Affairs.
Yeah, I started to say Homeland Security. That's American. But we wrote a visa during COVID, and Connor McGahey, who graduated from Pepperdine University, he is our new chaplain in residence.
And he's been here all of term 1 already, correct?
That is correct. And he's really a dynamo. He's really plugged in well. Talking about camps, I think he's been on all the camps. He's been on some DV stuff. He's got a lot of energy and just a lot of capacity. He's a really, really good guy.
It sounds awesome. Real asset to the college for the year.
Absolutely. Absolutely correct. Okay, so now...
Are we ready, Mike?
I feel like I know that you've been wanting to do this since we turned the microphone on.
Yes, well, I feel like you tripped me up with the Christmas trivia. You really dug deep and found questions that you knew I would not know the answers to.
How would I know that?
Well, because I'm not a historian that has a memory bank full of 1800 general knowledge. Anyway, Easter, I feel, is your thing. So I really struggled to find a few facts that I didn't think that you would know. So let's see.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's see. Are you ready? Okay. So do you know why chicken eggs are such an important part of Easter traditions?
Chicken egg?
Yes. So we all think it's eggs, right? But actually, historically, it all started with chicken eggs.
Okay, so I have two guesses, and I'm happy to put them forward. I'm afraid you're so eager for me to be wrong.
I am,
and for me to be foolish.
I won't tell a lie. I am hoping that I'm going to teach you something new today. Let's go with that.
Can I have two guesses?
Yes.
And please don't laugh at me, either here in the studio or at home or in the car, wherever you're listening to this podcast. First of all, we often hear it said it's representing new life.
Mm-hmm.
Is that semi-correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Semi.
Okay. That was
semi?
okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
No, you're not totally. No.
Secondly, and to amplify that a bit more, I would go out on a limb, and this is where I'm going to lose you, and I think you're going to belittle me.
Okay.
And
but I don't do that.
Okay. It's just my fear, my phobia.
Okay.
It has something to do with the three aspects of an egg matched up to the Trinity, which I've heard this before.
Okay.
The shell, the yolk, and the other stuff. What's that other stuff? The white?
The egg white?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Okay. No.
Oh.
You were closer with your first
Well,
one.
I put them together in the same bucket of answers, so I guess I was waiting.
Yeah. So, did you know that it actually goes all the way back to medieval times? It started during Lent. You know what Lent is, right, Mike?
Mm-hmm. That's the stuff you find in the dryer after you've washed and dried your clothes. Yes, I know what Lent is with an E.
Yes. So it's that 40-day period leading up to Easter where people give up
something.
Now, in the medieval times, they used to give up rich food.
Yes.
And the rich food was meat, dairy, and eggs.
Okay.
So now you can not milk a cow and you can not eat the meat, but you can't stop chickens from laying eggs. So what would happen during that time is that the chickens would continue to lay their eggs.
What?
And so they didn't know what to do with them. So what they would do is they would, what would they, I'm just going to read what they actually said here.
What would they do? Miss Curious Mind?
They would boil them to preserve, they would boil or preserve the eggs. And then when Lent was over, they would have a massive feast, and the eggs were a huge part of the feast. And obviously Lent ends at Easter time. So the feast was, you are looking at me like do not believe me.
I do believe you. I'm processing this in real time, and I'm enjoying the picture that you're painting. I was just looking at you like, are they going to start saying, and then they started decorating the eggs?
They did. So it then says that the whole process evolved into a tradition of decorating eggs, and then eventually chocolate eggs, which people would give to other people as gifts. So that
sounds really exciting for that medieval.
Oh, well done. Okay, cool. Here's the next one.
That's the other reason I looked at you like that. I couldn't wait to get.
You couldn't say exciting. Okay, next one. Do you know what hot cross buns have to do with Good Friday?
Yes.
Okay.
Next question. Isn't that where it tells the story of the cross? Isn't that the whole point of hot cross buns?
So it's similar, but if we're going to go back to a legend, because it actually says legend says that there was an English monk.
I don't want to go back to a legend.
There was an English monk who baked the first hot cross bun, and he marked it with a cross to honor the day that Jesus was crucified.
That's what I just said.
Yes, I know, but I'm just letting you know that it was an English monk that was the first person to bake a hot cross bun. And they actually trace it all the way back to 12th century England. So it's been around for a long time. And a hot cross bun is a warm, spicy reminder of the Easter season. Did you see what I did there?
Excellent.
Now, I have an interesting question for you, because I Googled this because, Easter is not on the same day every single year. And we know that it comes around depending on the moon and all those other things. But do you know the exact date that Jesus was crucified?
Me?
Yeah. Have you ever looked into it? Or
Well, yes, but I don't think it's knowable, is it not? Because
they don't, but they've got a specific day that if they had to put all the clues together.
You're so proud of yourself.
You're
like a child that's come in with their book report thinking, I can't wait to get my A+.
I thought this fact was super interesting. No, we don't.
The date.
They speculate. So they obviously go with the clues from the Bible and history. They also then use astronomical data to figure out whether or not. They also use the timing of Passover, aligning it with the Friday crucifixion. And so the two main dates that they propose is Friday, the 7th of April, AD 30, or Friday, April the 3rd, AD 33. So I think it's really interesting that the two proposed dates are 3 years apart.
Yes, but there's a reason for that Gregorian calendar being off.
Correct,
right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So I came up with two really good questions that I thought you potentially wouldn't know 100% the answer to. And then I thought that was just a fun fact.
Hey, I think I speak on behalf of our entire audience when I say that you knocked it out of the park with this one.
Thank you, Mike.
You really, you got me.
Do I have an A+?
You got an A+, and all the best with your dissertation, defending your dissertation here on Easter trivia.
Thank you, Mike.
You were really into that. I
really was into that.
No, if you could see her face, she is so happy. Anything else could happen in this podcast.
I know. It's made my day.
As a big win.
Yep.
You came in so dour and so contemplative.
You thought I was in a bad mood?
Yeah, well, not dour, reserved. And I think you just had your game face on like, I can't wait.
Yes.
To get him.
Yes. And it wasn't actually to get you. It was more to see if there was anything about Easter that you didn't know, because I think that you probably would know everything.
Do you know why it's called Easter? Sorry, and I know you hate this. Sorry. Do you know why it's called Easter? Can I put this on here? I'm leaving it in. Do you know why it's called Easter? I thought I was so prepared for you to ask this one. That's all I've really.
Is that why you researched that?
No,
one?
I knew the answer, but I just
I did read it, and when I read it, I went, "Oh, Mike will know this answer," so I didn't pay too much attention.
It's well, east has to do with orient, or like orient, like the Orient, like they came from the east,
Yes.
the wise men from the east,
Yes.
or orientation. And so for years and years and years and years and years and years and years, for the longest time, whenever religious people prayed,
They prayed towards
the east.
Yeah.
So it's it's to orientate yourself to something, originally to a geographic place, east, but now it's to orientate yourself spiritually to the sacrifice. Yeah.
Well, interesting. That
And
was
the
not,
and the resurrection.
and that was not actually what I read. So I'm glad that I did not run with that fact. But that's very interesting. Thank you, Mike.
Okay. Curious minds. Check.
So
who's going next time? Me?
It's you, but I'm always terrified because you always pick a topic that you know that I'm going to be.
Well, how do you feel about baseball?
No, basketball,
Okay.
hockey, not ice hockey, field hockey.
I was thinking ice hockey.
No.
Okay. All right.
Squash, tennis.
Okay. Baseball it is. Okay.
No.
Well, it'll be baseball season.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's baseball season now. I'm getting confused.
Okay.
Okay. All right. One other thing I meant to say earlier in the episode is Friendship Christian, who visited us last year.
Yes.
We're sending tomorrow 2 students to do a month with them over there, like an exchange, and then 1 student to Lipscomb Academy.
2 or 3 students. What year are they in?
Years 10 and 11.
Okay.
So they're in.
And how long are they there for?
Pretty much the month of April. So they leave tomorrow night and they come back a month.
And do they stay with the same hosting family the whole time, or they're moving around?
In the main, it's the same hosting. I think there's a couple places where they've got to make like slight adjustments, but yes, they're staying with host families. And later in the year, Friendship Christian Academy is bringing a group of students, or sending a group of students to live here for a month, the month of October. So, dear listening audience, let us know if you want to host some high schoolers or senior schoolers later in the year.
It's an awesome opportunity for both sides.
I'm really, really excited to see how this turns out.
Yeah.
So pray for them and just keep your eyes and ears out for updates about them. Okay, so we're clicking right along with this. I did want to pause here and reintroduce or recalibrate a section with your permission.
Was there something wrong with that section?
No. Going forward.
Oh, yes.
We've had a thing, oftentimes, we called it like man on the street, informed between us.
Yes.
And I think, and I don't know if we will put some sound effects here or maybe a tag. What do you call that sound effect? Like if you have a punchy sound effect, what's that called? A sting, an audio sting.
I've never heard of that.
It could be happening right now.
Okay.
But I was thinking, instead of man on the street, we'll call it the Playground Diary.
I love it. Because that's really who we talk to. We talk to the kids on the playground.
Well, this time, I didn't even talk to them. You didn't talk to them. I just gave a microphone. Actually, 2 microphones. Actually, I gave 3 microphones. Let's throw it to them.
Let's go listen to the playground.
Diaries. The Playground Diaries.
Hello, I'm here with Asher from grade 11. How did you feel about having 3 days off school for the cyclone?
It was great.
Yeah?
It was good. I did a lot of music.
That's lovely.
And slept in. And talked to Will.
Aw, that's so good. Thank you. Guys, I'm here with Ashlyn from grade 10. Ashlyn, did you fill up your bathtub with water during the cyclone? Yes. Why? To flush the toilet. Hello, I'm with Chelsea from grade 10. How did you deal with the shortage of toilet paper and bread?
I didn't.
Okay, thank you. Hello, I'm with Delilah from grade 12. Delilah, you coming? Okay, how did you deal with not being at school for 3 days?
It was definitely a really fun experience because I got to spend time with friends and family, but it was definitely devastating for those who had safety issues.
Perfect, thank you. Hello, I'm here with Mrs. Bradshaw. How sad were you that you missed 3 days of school for the cyclone?
Well, it was a bit traumatic. we're very worried about everybody, but it gave me a chance to catch up on my marking. So
That's great. Thank you. Hello, I'm here with Mr. Peterson. How did you feel about the shortage of toilet paper and bread from the cyclone?
Well, I think it's disgraceful.
That's perfect. Hello, I'm here with Miss Farmer. How sad were you that you missed 3 days of school?
I was so sad that I celebrated 3 days and enjoyed it at home.
Wonderful, thank you. We are here with Mika from grade 11. How did you deal with the shortage of bread and toilet paper?
Well, it wasn't that awful. I was stocked up with bread in the freezer, but I unfortunately couldn't make toasties for lunch, which was really unfortunate. And toilet paper, we had a lot stocked up.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. Hello, so this is Liv, Lucy and Monique from grade 7. How did you prepare for the cyclone?
I filled up my bathtub with water.
We duct taped our windows.
Oh, put sandbags out.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
I'm here with Jackson from grade 10. How sad were you that you missed 3 days of school?
It was amazing. I'm glad about it. It was good. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
That's everything.
Hello, I'm here with Jacob from grade 9. How did you prepare for the cyclone?
So we put blankets over the pool fence and we brought all our furniture inside.
Amazing. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the studio. Probably start winding the episode down at this stage. That said, we usually try and take a moment or two to highlight alumni.
Yes, we do, because our alumni are a very important part of our community, and we have a lot of them that are doing great things.
Yes. And if you want to throw your name in the hat or a friend or some alumni updates that you want to send our way, we're happy for you to do that. Now, there's something that happens annually.
It's our reunion, which we have already started planning for, Mike.
When is it? I can't remember.
It's on the 2nd of August, and it's happening here at the college. We usually have an afternoon tea where everyone comes and mingles, has a look at old photos. You are usually the MC, Mike.
Yes, I plan on MCing again this year.
And we do a college tour because the grounds have changed quite a lot since many of these students have been here. And we do our best to get staff to come back, say hi to their old students. And, a lot of the groups that come through that have the best time are the ones that actually, they continue on with their festivities and they go for dinner or they go for tapas somewhere local here in Wellington Point. And we always get such good feedback that people are happy that they came.
Oh, I always look forward to it. It's always a highlight. And I do like the fact that we have 3 cohorts and a lot of staff that have retired or staff that are still here that come on the day.
Yep.
It is a fun time. It's just amazing.
So we've got 1995 for their 30 year, 2005 for their 20 year, and 2015 for their 10 year. So we've got those 3 groups of people, and it's a special day.
Yep. Speaking of alumni.
Again, we're speaking of alumni a lot.
I want to pivot and talk about an alumnus.
Yes.
Do you know Brent Wilson?
I do. He was just at the college the other day in the library.
Why?
He has written a book.
Yeah. Well, he's an illustrator.
Oh, but he illustrated the book with an author, yeah.
He's so talented.
So talented. And have you had a look at the book?
I do. I've got it right here. This one.
Yeah.
This particular one, but he's got one or two.
He's got another one?
Yeah.
Yes.
This one I got off Amazon.
Yes, that's not actually the one that he was here to promote. But he had a whole sit down with students and parents, and it was a really fun event. And yeah, he's doing great things.
He's talented and he's a fun person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Mike, let's see if you can find that audio clip.
Hey Mike, Brent Wilson here, co-author and illustrator of the graphic novel Frog, Log and Dave, Almost Saved the Day, co-written with author Trent Jemison. It is an awesome book. It's fun, it's silly, it's intelligent, it's all the things you'd want an epic graphic novel adventure to be, and it's got a bunch in there for the adults to enjoy as well. I highly recommend it. You can get it at all good bookshops. It's out through Penguin. Enjoy.
That was awesome, Mike.
We have one more section that we need to throw it to.
Okay, what is that?
That I mentioned way at the beginning of the podcast episode. It was...
Oh, Jordan House?
Yes, who came over here on a secondment visit.
Yeah. With his family?
Yes.
Yes, you had to organize a whole lot of baby chairs for the car. Yes.
Yes, they had so many... 4 children. 4 delightful children.
That all needed a car seat.
True.
Yes.
Jordan has sent some of his reflections back. Let's throw to his reflection, shall we?
Hey, I want to tell you about my time at Redlands College in Brisbane, Australia. It was incredible. I got to spend an entire week there speaking in 7 of their chapels, hanging with students, hanging with teachers, even administrators like Mr. Mike Shepard, and we learned so much. And I love it because we're partners together in Christian education where I work at Greater Atlanta Christian School in Atlanta, Georgia. And my hope is that in the near future, 1 or 2 of your teachers, and who knows, maybe some students one day can come to GAC and hang out with us for a week and see what God is up to here. It's incredible the difference Christian education is making at both of these schools. I love it. I hope you have a great podcast listen and make sure to go out there and make someone else's day. Be blessed.
All right. I'm just looking through my notes. I think we've covered
everything.
We've covered a lot of things.
We have. I do feel like this episode could potentially be quite long because I feel like we've been chatty.
It's 25 minutes right now. With the other bits and pieces, probably put it to 30. We usually go anywhere from 20 to 30. Depends on if I leave this bit in. Well, thank you.
Thank you for listening, everybody.
Yes. And
our subscribers are growing all the time. And if you're listening, don't forget to hit that like button.
Yep. And thank you for the constructive feedback that you've been sending our way. We do try to take it on board.
We love hearing from our audience.
We certainly do. I think we'll start winding down here in earnest. Now, remember, wherever you go, don't forget that you too can be the difference. I thought that was pretty good.
It was good. You need to rewind. I want to hear if you said what.
Oh, you know I did.
Because you've got me doubting myself now.
Oh no, you're 100%. I'm 100% sure you're correct.